Grateful. Okay.
Just want to close that, I think.
Yeah. 4 people.
Right.
There. Yeah.
Got my glasses. Thanks.
Okay. Lily and Cindy, here we go. Back.
No, I didn't hear from them. Did you try to call it? Oh, yeah.
Jamie. Let's see.
John,
Hey, you doing, Cuz? I like your hat.
like my head?
Yeah.
It's real one, You gotta put, uh-oh, can I go let him in?
Yeah, sure, why not? If they belong.
That's just the door shutting.
Oh.
It swings open and it stays.
Mhm.
Now, all the people,
The ears cold or they burn?
they're burning, why?
You know Derek Wilson?
Hey, how are you? Give me the, how do you do?
It's good though.
All right.
Sorry.
Wimps.
I was the previous selectman
Oh,
for how many years?
25, I think.
Too many.
Too many. Too many. Live now. What books do you need? Any else? Where's Mike?
At home, zooming in.
What time we start?
Now.
Hmm.
We on the lot, we live there?
Yeah.
Well, hey, guys, anything we say is live, so.
Yeah, hello.
Hey, Cuz.
John.
Cause
Hi, who's that?
things must be pretty bad, cause when you gotta call the Undertaker in.
That's right, you got that right. Take care of all your doctor mistakes. We have to wear a mask even though.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
so close that we figure we
We've
better.
been,
We have to
oh,
create
geez.
an image.
Oh, yeah, I was down to, Gibbs gas station, Gibbs on, Lafayette and, Lang Road. And the, help girl come in and started screaming at everybody. Yeah, told, the old guy there running the place, we're gonna write you up for not telling people to put their mask on. He says, I already talked to my corporate attorneys. They said, it's not my job. If you wanna stay in here all day and watch these people, that's up to you, but I'm not doing it. Good, imagine that.
Okay,
Right there.
I'll call the meeting to order at 6:30. I want to thank you all for coming again. As you know, this is our second public hearing. They're both public hearings and the minutes are valid for both of them. However, as you know, due to a technicality, this is the official public hearing because of the typo writing 2020 instead of 2021 in the last announcement. However, it's always useful to have another public hearing. There's perhaps some other citizens can participate, and there is also the full budget that was made available during that meeting has been available for a longer period of time if people had questions. What I'd like to do, because I want to organize this fairly quickly, and our attorney said I can group some articles into one motion, and wherever there was a unanimity with nobody voted no, I'd like to do that. But I do also want you to understand that you're free agents. You can vote differently this time. If there's something that comes up in the public hearing portion that requires us to reconsider, then by all means ask to reconsider and we can discuss it. If not, then we should be able to move ahead with our official votes. And they'll be probably similar to how we voted last time. So the first thing I'd like to do is ask for a motion to approve the minutes as submitted. Do I have a motion on that, please? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to need people quickly to move. Okay, Jennifer? And, okay. Emily? Any additions or changes to the minutes? If not, all in favor, and this will be by roll call. All in favor of accepting the minutes as submitted? Martha will read the roll.
Ted Connors,
Yes.
John Chamberlain, James Belanger,
Yes.
Emily Savinelli,
Yes.
Ellen Wilson,
Yes.
Jennifer Kent Weiner,
Yes.
William Wright,
Yes.
Sandra Sweeney, Brandon Arsenal,
Yes.
Samara Robertson, John Lamson.
Yes. Thank you. The first is the school budget. We have Article 1, which was voted unanimously, recommended unanimously by the Budget Committee for $2,412,439. In Article 2, which is simply to allow the school board to retain 5% of unused funds as opposed to 2.5% in their unused portion unassigned general funds category. Any discussion from the public on either of those two warrants? Okay, I know that our superintendent is here. Thank you, Salvador, for showing up on a Friday night. Okay, is there any further discussion from the Budget Committee? All right, I'm going to ask a motion to recommend both Articles 1 and Article 2 in one vote. Did I have a motion to that effect? Emily moves. And a second?
Second.
Jennifer, thank you. If there's no further discussion, all in favor of recommending school Articles 1 and 2 to the town meeting, say yes when Martha reads the roll.
Ted Connors,
Yes.
John Chamberlain, James Belanger,
Yes.
Emily Savinelli,
Yes.
Ellen Wilson,
Yes.
Jennifer Kent Weiner,
Yes.
William Wright,
Yes.
Brandon Arsenal,
Yes.
Samara Robertson, John Lamson.
Yes. Thank you. We will now move into the town warrant articles. I'm going to take Article 1 separately, which is the main budget. Again, that was voted unanimously by the Budget Committee to recommend the budget as had been amended at our earlier meetings. As you all know, we cut a few $1,000s from the selectmen's budget, which is already a pretty tight budget. Is there any questions from the general public on Article 1, town warrant? This is the main town budget. Any questions from the public? Okay, any further observations from the board? I'll accept a motion to recommend Article 1. The sum is $7,988,838, as you know. That's as we voted last time. if we're ready, if I could have a motion, please, on Article 1. Jennifer, you want to move?
Sure, I'll move it.
Okay, Emily, did you second? Great, okay. All in favor of accepting Article 1, the town budget? Martha will read the roll.
If you can hold 1 minute, John, we're having trouble connecting Brandon Arsenault.
Okay. He
I
did,
may, I don't know if you guys can hear me now.
I can hear Brandon.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, yeah, I'm just via phone, Martha, so I won't have a video.
Thank you. Okay, Ted Connors.
Yes.
John Chamberlain. James Belanger.
Yes.
Emily Savinelli.
Yes.
Ellen Wilson.
Yes.
Jennifer Kent Weiner.
Yes,
William Wright.
Yes.
Brandon Arsenault.
Yes.
Samara Robertson.
Yes.
John Lamson.
Yes. Okay, Article 2 is appropriating a sum for the construction of a safety lane. We discussed that at some length, and this was an article that was resubmitted. It was voted on at town meeting last year, but those funds had rolled over into the unassigned balance now, so we're presenting it again to the town. Any questions from the general public on Article 2? Okay, any further input from the Budget Committee on Article 2? I'll accept a motion then to, yes,
John, if you don't mind, I'm just curious for Chairman Connors, if has anything changed or developed in the process changes from last week?
No, not at all, Brandon.
Okay, thank you.
okay.
I have a
Um,
comment.
I'm sorry, was there a question there?
I have a comment.
Yes,
This is
sure.
Jamie.
Jamie,
There's been a lot of discussion on Facebook about the safety lane. A lot of new information, more information from the safety lane committee to the public, and a little bit of back and forth. I think that's good. I think the more information exchange is better. During that exchange, I put out a question and I didn't get a response. The question was, can we have a design review sometime before town meeting so that the public can learn more about what is going on in the safety lane? There's a lot going on there, and it's a lot that the public don't know. If they could do a Zoom design review, I think that would be save a lot of time at the town meeting when that comes along, and probably make it a lot easier to have appropriate votes on it.
okay, I guess that would be in the purview of the selectmen, is that right, Ted?
Yes, we have no problem in doing that. We could set something up and for the people. We have had the map available in the town hall for the last few months. And where people have inquired, we've had individual meetings with with our engineer to go over it. So we could do a Zoom meeting on that sometime give us a few days to put it together, see if we get the engineer here, and we will announce it on the website.
Okay, good
That'd be
idea.
great. It's a lot easier to have a back and forth design review question and really get to the bottom of things quickly, as opposed to just looking at a piece of paper on the wall that won't talk back to you. So I think a lot could be learned from a actual conversation.
We're happy to do that.
Okay, good, yeah, Jennifer?
yes, thank you, Ted, for agreeing to do that. If we could have it in the evening so that people who are
Absolutely.
working can attend.
Absolutely. Yeah, we
Thank you.
accommodate, we work, be transparent and accommodate. We're very happy to do it.
Thanks.
Okay, good. I think we have a motion on the floor, if my memory is correct.
No.
Okay, I'll need a motion then from anyone. Emily? Jennifer?
And a second,
You got a second from Jamie somewhere?
Sure,
Okay,
that
Brandon.
sounds good. Or whoever.
Brandon seconded it.
Brandon seconded, okay. Let's jump right in on these motions in seconds so we don't lose time and it's clear who's doing it. Okay.
John, could I jump in for a second?
All right, Jack.
Yeah, I expect to be a significant amount of discussion, and having this ahead of time is going to be very beneficial for town meeting. Just for a quick review, we haven't come with a final agreement yet. There'll be 2 locations for town meeting, Town Hall fire department. The fire department will be via Zoom. For those who don't want to come to the town hall in person, they can, well, we'll work out the details, but right now they can question. I don't want everybody raising, talking on the mic at the same time. You know what happens. Everybody talks on top of each other. So we'll have 1 or 2 people monitoring the chat room, and people who are home want to ask a question, they can do it by chat, and we'll try to refer it at the end of the people who are in place asking their questions first. If there is a written ballot, which is a possibility, we'll have 2 voting set up, one at the fire department with a town clerk, system moderator, voting a ballot box, the same thing at the town hall, and then we'll total them up. And rather than just close the polls when everybody's done, I'll keep them open in case people at home want to come in and vote, because you can only vote in person.
Okay, thanks, Jack. If there's no further discussion from the board, we will vote on Article 2. If in favor, Martha will read the roll. Say yes.
Ted Connors.
Yes.
James Belanger,
No.
Emily Savinelli,
Yes.
Ellen Wilson,
Yes.
Jennifer Kent Weiner,
Yes.
William Wright,
Yes.
Brandon Arsenal,
Yes.
Samara Robertson,
Yes.
John Lamson.
Yes. Okay, thank you. We'll move to Article 3 and Article 4 together. As you remember, we recommended at the last meeting Article 3, and then Article 4 is redundant, so we did not recommend Article 4. So I'm going to ask if we do this in one vote. If you vote yes, you're voting for Article 3. If you vote no, then we will discuss Article 4 separately. But otherwise, Article 3 and Article 4 will be one vote. Article 3 carries, Article 4 will not be recommended. Is that clear? Is there any discussion on the part of the Budget Committee? Okay, if I could have an motion. on
Could you
Article
have
3 and
public
4.
comments on that?
Oh, you're right, I missed that part. Okay, is there any public who wants to comment?
No,
Okay.
John, I will say though, this is Brandon.
Yep.
We made, I was a nay on Article 3 last time and a yay, and an aye for Article 4, but I'll go the opposite this time because I think you made a good argument at the close of the articles concerning, we still have that in our back pocket, the financing in our back pocket for the future if we really need it instead of being prepared for it. So that's my opinion.
Oh, great. It's not often I can sway somebody like that. I appreciate it. Okay.
Very convincing.
Yeah. Any further comment on Article 3 and Article 4, which we're voting on together? Okay. All those in favor of recommending Article 3 and not recommending Article 4, say yes when Martha reads the poll.
Do you have a motion?
I think we did,
No.
didn't we? No?
No, because we didn't have public, so then we went to public.
Oh, you
so-
jumped to that. Okay.
I'll make a
Motion,
motion.
please.
John, hold
Yeah.
on. I'll make a motion, but I'm a little confused. The articles I have in front of me, I don't think are the articles that you have in front of you. So can you just say what they are, please?
I'll do that. Article 3 is to appropriate $200,000 for the eventual replacement purchase of a fire truck. Article 4 is to buy that fire truck on time, on a payment system. Okay. We
Okay,
have
so
Emily-
I will make a motion to
Mhm.
move forward with Article 2, the first one, whichever the
Three.
first one was. 3. Article 3, thank you.
Yep, okay, this is a combined vote, Article 3 and 4. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, so yes means yes on Article 3 and it means no on Article 4. Any further discussion from the committee? Martha, would you read the roll?
Ted Connors.
Yes.
James Belanger,
Yes.
Emily Savinelli,
Yes.
Ellen Wilson,
Yes.
Jennifer Kent Weiner,
Yes.
William Wright,
Yes.
Brandon Arsenal,
Yes.
Samara Robertson,
Yes.
John Lamson.
Yes. Okay. That's a carry. The next one is Article 5. we're going to vote on this individually. There was a 10-to-1 vote last time. This is for major road work, $132,000. And is there any, this is basically putting into a fund. This is funded by Eversource rental income from the laydown of the construction project with 2021 rent. Is there any questions or comments from the public on that, on Article 5? Okay, if not, I'll entertain a motion on Article 5.
So moved.
Emily? Yes. Jennifer?
Sure,
Second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Any further discussion from the committee on Article 5?
This is Jen. Could
Yeah.
Martha, I think Martha, in the email that we got, there were some changes. Is this the one where the auditor recommended a change?
Yes.
Would you just mind describing that for us, just so we're
Sure.
clear on what we're voting on?
Thank you. Yes, on Article 5, our auditors recommended that the words that originally showed that said this sum to come from unassigned fund balance, no amount to be raised from taxation, needs to be removed because we won't have the full 132,000 until the end of the year. So it's still going to be a revenue neutral situation, no effect on the tax rate. And so you will see it in your revenues, but it can't show the words come from unassigned fund balance.
Okay, I think that's clear for folks. It's really a technicality. We can't say it's coming from the balance until it's in the balance. And it won't be, it's just rent. It's due by Eversource. So we won't actually have it till they pay it towards later on in the year.
The funds, I think, John, if
Yeah.
you don't mind, the funds, I think, are earmarked specifically for the purpose of road repair too, aren't they? Isn't it not?
Yes.
Isn't,
It is.
those funds aren't able to be used, right? Okay.
That's right. Yeah, it will be specifically for road repair.
Okay.
Okay, so Martha, would you read the roll? I mean, is there any further discussion from the committee? Martha, read the roll, please.
Ed Connors.
Yes.
James Belanger.
Yes.
Emily Savinelli.
Yes.
Ellen Wilson.
Yes.
Jennifer Kent Weiner.
No?
William Wright.
Yes.
Brandon Arsenal.
Yes.
Samara Robertson.
Yes.
John Lamson.
Yes. Okay, Article 6 is similar. It's putting in an additional 55,000 into the same roadwork capital reserve fund. It is from 2020 revenue from Eversource, and that amount is $55,000. This was a 6-5 vote. It was voted to recommend by the Budget Committee, but the committee split 6-5. If it was not voted, that money would go into the unassigned fund. So is there any comment from the public or questions from the public on Article 6? Very similar, just smaller. Okay, I'll accept a motion to recommend Article 6.
I'll move it.
Okay, in a second? You have a second?
Second.
Bill Wright is seconding, okay.
Who moved it, John?
Was it Alan? Yeah,
Yeah.
Alan.
Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion from the Budget Committee on this? All right, Martha, read the roll, please.
Ed Connors.
Yes.
James Belanger.
No.
Emily Savinelli.
No.
Ellen Wilson.
Yes.
Jennifer Kent Weiner.
No?
William Wright.
Yes.
Brandon Arsenal.
No.
Samara Robertson.
No.
John Lamson.
No.
Eleanor, could you tell us how that vote turned out?
I'm
Let
sorry.
me count.
Do we have a count?
Yes, 3 yeas, 6 nays.
Okay, so there was a change in vote. Last time we voted 6 and 5 in favor. This time we voted 3 to what? 3 to 6 against? Okay, so
Yes.
the Budget Committee will not recommend Article 6. Okay. This money then would go into the unassigned fund. All right. Let's move on to Article, now this one here, Article 7 was a 10-1 vote. So I'm going to vote on this one separately as well. If to see if the town will appropriate $50,000 to buy a half-ton pickup to replace car 2 for the fire department. Is there any questions from the general public on buying a pickup truck? This would be an outright purchase from tax revenue. It's not a capital reserve or time payment. Any questions from the general public? Okay, I'll accept a motion to recommend Article 7.
So moved.
And Bill, is it? Were you seconding, Bill?
I'll second, yep.
Okay, saw your pen move, so.
Yep.
Okay, good. Thanks. Any further discussion from the Budget Committee on Article 7?
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure. Mhm.
John, do we have plans for what's happening with the car that's getting replaced?
Good question. Maybe
will
the
get
selectmen
done.
of the fire department know.
It'll-
EJ?
Yep, it'll get stripped out of the equipment that we can reuse and, it'll get turned back over to selectmen to do whatever they want with it.
Okay, the selectmen have a idea what you'll do with it?
Probably put it up for auction and sell it. It's several years old.
Great, all right, and that money will go just back to the general fund?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, thank you.
One of my tasks when I worked for the state was running these auctions on old police cars. And you could always tell the insiders would know who the police commissioner's car was or the captain supervisor, because they were in much better shape. It had fewer miles. Kind of inside bidding on those, I'm afraid. I suspect that Newington vehicles are well used by the time we sell them. Okay, with that, I think we can vote on Article 7 if there's no further discussion. All right, Martha, would you read the roll?
Ted Connors.
Yes.
James Belanger,
Yes.
Emily Savinelli,
Yes.
Ellen Wilson,
Yes.
Jennifer Kent Weiner,
Yes.
William Wright,
Yes.
Brandon Arsenal,
Yes.
Samara Robertson,
Yes.
John Lamson.
Yes. Thank you. What I would like to do now is take Articles 8, 9, and 10 and do it as a block. The reason is that we all voted yes on those. There was one abstention on one of them, but there were no negative votes. So if you're clear, Article 8 is $50,000 to go into the ambulance fund. Article 9 is $25,000 to go into major repairs for fire department vehicles fund. Article 10 is $25,000 to go into the townwide reevaluation fund. As I say, we discussed this at the last meeting, but is there someone from the public who would have questions on either of these 3 articles? If not, I would entertain a motion to recommend Articles 8, 9, and 10 in one vote. Someone would so move. Jennifer moves. Okay. Do we have a second? And second from Emily? Okay, great. Thank you. Any further discussion from the committee on Articles 8, 9, and 10? Okay. Martha, would you read the roll? Remember, we're voting for all 3.
Ted Connors.
Yes.
James Belanger,
Yes.
Emily Savinelli,
Yes.
Alan Wilson,
Yes.
Jennifer Kent Weiner,
Yes.
William Wright,
Yes.
Brandon Arsenal,
Yes.
Samara Robertson,
Yes.
John Lamson.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Article 11 was a 9-2 vote, so we'll vote on that individually. It's to see if the town will appropriate $25,000 to go into the vehicle replacement fund to purchase a backhoe from these funds. So this is the reserve fund that's going to purchase eventually at some point a backhoe for the town garage. Is there any discussion from the general public or questions from the general public on the backhoe? Okay. If not, I'll take a motion that we recommend Article 11. If someone would move. Watching you all. Anyone? Okay, Bill Wright moves. Is there a second?
Seconded.
All right, seconded. Thank you. Any further discussion on Article 11? Hi, Martha, would you read the roll?
Ted Connors.
Yes.
James Belanger.
Yes.
Emily Savinelli.
No.
Alan Wilson.
Yes.
Jennifer Kent Weiner.
Yes.
William Wright.
Yes.
Brandon Arsenal.
No.
Samara Robertson.
Yes.
John Lamson.
Yes. Okay, thank you. I think it was the same vote we had last time. We're consistent. What I'd like to do is do Articles 12, 13, and 14 together. Again, these were all unanimously recommended at our last meeting. Article 12 is to raise $15,000 to purchase gym equipment for the firehouse. This is required by insurance and it's part of their work that they exercise. Article 13 is $10,000 to go into the Fire Department Communications Capital Reserve Fund. And Article 14 is $10,000 to purchase house servers, computers, laptops, and communication gear for the town. Okay, I'm sorry, police.
Police, yeah.
This is police computer equipment. I see it up there at the top. So there are two for the fire department and one for the police department. We voted unanimously to recommend these in the past. Is there any comments or questions from the public on Articles 12, 13, or 14? If not, I'll accept a motion to pass together, to recommend together Articles 12, 13, and 14. Do I have a motion? Emily, thank you. Another second
Jen.
from Jennifer. Thank you. Okay. Is there any further discussion from the committee? Not Martha? Would you read the roll?
Ted Connors.
Yes.
James Belanger.
Yes.
Emily Savinelli.
Yes.
Alan Wilson.
Yes.
Jennifer Kent Weiner.
Yes.
William Wright.
Yes.
Brandon Arsenal.
Yes.
Samara Robertson.
Yes.
John Lamson.
Yes. Okay, thank you. The last articles, please tell me if you think I've forgotten one, is, well, Article 15, we need to vote that separately. And this is to appropriate the sum of $10,000 to go into the town generators capital reserve fund. Current balance of $51,000. This was a split 6-5 vote for last time. Is there any questions or discussion from the general public? Okay, if not, I'll accept a motion to recommend Article 15. Do we have a motion from Emily and a second from anyone? Bill, thank you. Zero. Any further discussion on Article 15? Okay, if not, Emily, I'm sorry, Emily, Martha, would you read the roll?
Ted Connors.
Yes.
James Belanger.
No.
Emily Savinelli.
Yes.
Alan Wilson.
Yes.
Jennifer Kent Weiner.
No.
William Wright.
Yes.
Brandon Arsenal.
No.
Samara Robertson.
Yes.
John Lamson.
No. Was that a 5-4 split?
2, 3, 4, 5 yays.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4 nays. Yeah.
4 nay. Okay, the motion carries. We will recommend Article 15. Okay. All right, vote. I'd like to do 16 and 17 together. Again, we all recommended last time. Article 16 is $5,000 to go into the Police Department Radio Electronics Capital Reserve Fund. Article 17 is $2,500. Purpose of replacing outdated equipment, replacement cost is, okay, to raise and appropriate the sum of $5,000.
John, we're having trouble hearing you.
Which is the replacement of major fire department capital reserve fund.
John,
John.
We're having
Yes.
trouble hearing you.
Nobody's hearing me?
Yeah,
Now we are.
All
talk
right,
to your
I
screen.
was, this article was a little, it's kind of written backwards, so it's confusing for me to scan it. Okay, it's for $5,000. And the fund is major, replacement of major fire department equipment. That is anything over $2,500. So those are the two articles. Article 17 for $5,000. Major fire department equipment. Article 16 for $5,000. Police department radio and electronics fund. So again, one police and one fire department. Is there any discussion on either of these by the general public? Or questions? 5,000 for the police, 5,000 for the fire department. Okay, if not, I'll accept a motion from the committee on Articles 16 and 17.
Motion.
Jennifer and Emily seconds, if that's okay this time. Okay, is there any further discussion from the committee? If not, Martha, would you read the roll?
Ted Connors.
Yes.
James Belanger.
Yes.
Emily Savinelli.
Yeah,
Ellen Wilson.
Yeah.
Jennifer Kent Weiner.
Yes.
William Wright.
Yes.
Brandon Arsenal.
Yes.
Samira Robertson.
Yes.
John Lamson.
Yes. Okay, now, Eleanor, I think we got all of the articles.
Yeah, you did. Yes.
Very good, very good. We've already approved the minutes. Is
Yep.
there any further new business to come before this meeting?
Yeah, Jack Riley again. John, you
Yes, Jack, go ahead.
make a bet we can't do the town meeting this fast.
I'm sorry, what's that?
I think we get through the town meeting the same fast speed as you did.
Right, yeah, let's hope so.
Yeah, but
That's all.
Jack,
Never
this
know.
is the second time we do this.
Yeah.
I only want to do town meeting once.
That's right. Yeah, we're getting good at this, Jamie. Practice makes perfect. Perfect.
The second thing I want to mention was when I heard about selling the old used pickup truck. Years ago, every old police cruiser was bought by a New York City cab company.
Huh. To them, it was probably a low used vehicle. Yeah, okay, any other new business? If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, is there a second? Second by Emily. This is not debatable. So Martha, would you read the roll?
Ted Connors.
Yes.
James Belanger.
Yes, and thank you.
Emily Savinelli.
yes.
Ellen Wilson.
Yes.
Jennifer Kent Weiner.
Yes.
William Wright.
Yes.
Brandon Arsenal.
Yes.
Samira Robertson.
Yes.
John Lamson.
Yes. Okay, thank you all very much for coming a second time.
Yes. big
Thank
thanks.
you, Jack, for planning the town meeting. And as we had one flip this time at the meeting, so you never know when you have a session. Okay, thanks very much, everyone. Thanks for coming. We'll see you at town meeting.
Night.
What was that?